It's your boy Jay Quill, All Talk Live. You see the tag, let's talk facts. I already tagged both of them in there. So now, the reason why I'm doing this reaction, shout out to my boy Tazo. So that's what we do. We send each other I like driving trucks. For the last 30 years I've been driving. So when I start hearing other folks, not pointing no fingers out, but hold on 1 second. When I still hear other people talking about my livelihood, right? And how easy it is to come in this and make money. It is pretty easy. Coming into the trucking industry, my world, my lane. See, I have a lane that I stay in, a lane that I drive in, a lane that I did 30 years in, a lane that I put up probably 3 million miles. It's a lane that I roll in. So when I start hearing other people get up on YouTube and start talking about the trucking industry, I feel some type of way because if you sitting up here talking about the trucking industry and you don't have a CDL license, and you never drove a truck before, then I have a right to speak on it. I have every right to speak on it. I have every right to speak on it. So tonight gonna be hard knock like trucking. Now I'm exposed to industry from which I've been doing 30 years in, but it's only right that I do so. Hey, what's going on, Al? It's only right that I do so. So if I start talking and bringing up numbers and bringing up facts, this is what I do. Now I don't know nothing else about nothing else, right? But I know about trucking and I know about the trucking industry. I've been driving 30 years. 30 years. I don't know nothing about prison life. Knock on wood. Never did time in jail. I don't know nothing about that life. So I can't bring that life to y'all. I don't know nothing about gang banging. So that's a lane I can't be in because I don't know nothing about gang banging. What I do know, what up, DJ Av? What I do know, I know trucking. I know the trucking industry. I mean, I know a whole lot, but I know enough that if I start hearing people come on these YouTube streets and start talking about you can make all this money driving trucks, but you ain't putting no facts behind it, then I have a problem with it. I tag G Face up in this and no jumper. If they want to pull up, they can pull up. If not, I'm cool with that. But I'm definitely going to speak on it because at the end of the day, if it's a scam, it's a scam. If it's not, it's not. I'm going to call it straight down the middle. I'm going to call a spade a spade. If a scam, it's a scam. If it's not, it's not. If you the face for an industry you know nothing about, but you talking about it and you just a face for it, then you're gonna have to come up here and pull up facts and prove I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, I take down my YouTube page if I don't know what I'm talking about. If I'm wrong, I would take down my YouTube page if I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play the audio so y'all can hear the audio. Then from there, I'm gonna break it down as he speak because there's a lot in there that I'm not hating on the brother. I'm not hating on the brother because I heard him speak. So now he got to hear me speak because what you pushing out there, you're not pushing out the hardship that's going to come with trucking. You're not pushing out the bills, the expenses, the maintenance that's going to come with trucking. You're not pushing out the truck note, the high interest rates. You're not pushing out the insurance. We're going to talk about all this. And I'm going to bring up Al and I'm going to bring up DJ Av. Because DJ Av he's in a lane with, he's an owner operator, he have a trailer. So I'm going to bring them up in a minute. But what I'm saying is, though, there's a lane that I'm in right now, and I'm very passionate about what I do. After 30 years of driving, I'm passionate about what I do. So when I start hearing these YouTubers get up here and talking about making 50,000, 15,000 a week, it's impossible. It's impossible. Now, y'all may say, well, J. Quill hating. I'm not hating. It's impossible. Because if that was the fact, I'd be out there getting it too. Not unless you're probably doing military loads and you running your own company. But I'm talking about a single owner operator with a single tractor making that kind of money a week. See, 15,000 a month, you can make that trucking. 15,000 a week with one truck, it ain't happening. Now, if you got 5 trucks, or maybe even 2 trucks, you can see that money a week. But got 1 truck, it's not happening. When I see these young men running around here, posting up at these dealerships, on these YouTube streets, posting up saying, "What up, King King?" So when you got young men up here, yeah, if you're doing special freight, but specialized freight, but you're talking about overload, but you still linked up to someone, or you talk about pulling military loads. If you get a military contract with 1 truck, you're doing damn good. But with a military contract, that comes with you can't have no criminal background. Even with specialized freight, you can't really have a criminal background pulling these overweight loads down the road with an escort. I heard the guy say, the guy asked him, do DOT pull you in? The guy said, if they call you in, first of all, G-Face, they don't call you in. DOT don't be sitting outside doing this. Not unless they're in the rest area and you going by and they standing out and they telling you this. They pointing here, over here. That's the only time they're going to pull you in there. If you go into a DOT rest area, they stand outside. But if you going past a DOT weigh station and the light is flashing, if you don't have a bypass in that truck, everybody got to go in the weigh station. They're not calling you in there. Everybody must go in the weigh station. That's even if you haul a dump truck. Now they pull it in hot shots. Anything with commercial plates on the vehicle, you going up in there. If you got a van hauling for DHL, any one of them, you gonna go up in there. Yeah, I did tankers. I did tankers for Quality Carrier a year and a half, and I did tankers for Linden Boat a year. A year. Now, before COVID came, we wasn't doing no 20,000 a week. Nah, I ain't see that. And I was pulling tankers from New Jersey to Sacramento, California. I was getting 11,000 for that. Wasn't getting on 20K. I pulled hazmat material, corrosive, from North New Jersey to Sacramento, California. Nah, you wasn't getting on 20K. I wasn't getting on 20K for that. And I was an owner operator. Wasn't getting 20K for that. What company you driving for getting 20K? All of that. But we're going to stay on that there. You're going to stay right there. Stay right there, King. But what I'm saying is, though, if you're going past the weigh station, everybody must go in. Everybody must go in. What's going on, Long? Everybody must go win. So what I'm saying is, though, when I hear guys come up here that's talking this trucking game and they don't even have a CDL license, or you have your own authority, okay, now I can see that. You have your own and your own. Yeah, I can see that because you got your own authority. I'm talking about a guy with a single truck. But if you have your own authority, I can see that. But see, having your own authority comes with, now you could do 20K, but it comes with, I don't know what state you live in, but New Jersey is 20K or better. So I'm gonna drop the link in a little while. So if you want to come up, you could talk. I'm gonna let DJ Ab up and I'm gonna let Al up. So we're gonna have a conversation because I've been doing this 30 years. And for me to be going around these YouTube streets and then I hear people have full conversations and saying that you can make all this money. Now you can make money. Don't get me wrong, King. Or you in Maryland. Don't get me wrong. You can make money in trucking. But if you ain't schooling the beginners on the expenses that come with that, then there's a problem with that. There's a problem. Because I'm not going to sit up here and talk how much money you can make without telling you the hardship that come with that. So I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you the rough part of trucking. Because it's easy. Hey, what's going on, Hammer Time? It's easy to tell you how much money you're going to make. It's easy to tell you how much you're going to gross. But it's what you're going to take home. That's what they're not talking about. They shine away from the breakdowns, the maintenance, the tires, the oil you don't went out the roof. Back then, you get an oil change for $200. Now, I do my own oil change, but now it run you $500, $600. They're not telling you that. They're not telling you that the cost of diesel was down and now it's back up. They're not telling you that. They're not telling you the high interest rates on these truck payments. They're not telling you that. They want to tell you how much money you can make as a truck driver, as an owner operator, but they're not telling you. Yeah, you spent. I know that because I'm spending it too. Majority of my maintenance on my truck, if you watch my channel, I do majority of my stuff. I do everything on my truck. Everything. But see, that's what they're not telling you. The repairs. They're not telling you that. They telling you to jump out the window, like G Face said. I'm gonna play the audio so y'all can hear the audio. So if y'all can hear the audio pretty good, just drop a 1 and let me know y'all can hear it. And whatever input y'all got on this, let's make it happen. Let me see something real quick. All right. Like I said, shout out my boy Tazo for sending me this. Here you go. Now I gotta critique this, man, because like I said, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be honest, I'm gonna be blunt. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, man. Now, I'm not hating on the man for talking about it, but I'm gonna tell you the part that they not talking about. I got out. I had a $200 gate pass. I was saying I was making money selling. So drop a 1 if you can hear it. Yeah, of course. So when I got out with $200 gate money. But when I got out, I started working for a trucking company selling those to drivers, right? For the first 4 months I would work there, I wouldn't make no money because it was commission, but you had young kids. This Armenians do this, right? In Glendale, North Hollywood, they was making $20,000, $30,000 a month. I used to be like, damn, I'm the first one in, last one out. How come I'm not hitting it? But it's all commission job. So boom, I got me some shippers, right? I started getting my money up. So every month I was hitting 40, 50,000 a month. I bought 8 trucks. Now I set back. Every one of my trucks is bringing in 15 to 20. I'm hitting about $100,000, $150,000 a month, chilling at home. Bought a $5.5 million mansion, Lambo, McLaren, Maybach. He knows, bro. I'm not here, what I started doing is instead of holding this on me, there's a lot of solid people like him that been to prison, got out, got tattoos on their face, can't get a job. Everywhere they go, besides Homeboy's industry, ain't nobody accepting you. I was like, you know what? Let me teach them the game I do, right? So I only had like 400 or 500 followers on Instagram. So what I did is I made a video. I said, look, if anybody that's watching this video has minimum $20,000 in their savings, I will help you open up a trucking company. We're talking about 18 wheelers. I saw this video you posted up with the money counter. That's the one. That's the one. It went viral. Got 10 million views almost. Okay. So now I'm gonna stop it right there, right? Now, this is the problem I have right here. Hey, what's going on, Kev? This is the problem I want to break down right here. Now, he said, if you contact him and you got $20,000, you have $20,000, you shoot it to him, he can help you get a tractor, he can help you get a trailer. That's what he's telling you. So if you're going to preach this talk, let them know at the same time how that vehicle is going to be financed. What's the interest rate on that? What's the payment on that truck note is going to be? Now, that is what he's not saying. He told you, hey, he drive a McLaren, he live in $1 million home and all that. Okay, beside all that, that's what he's doing. But he's not keeping it 100 with you. Because if you could shoot a man $20,000 to put on a truck and another $20,000 to put on a trailer. Now, at the same time, you're gonna need. He's not telling you you're gonna have to go get your authority. He's not telling you you're not gonna have to get your MCI number. He's not telling you the things you're gonna need while he holding on your $20,000. And at the same time, he's gonna say he need $2,000 for his fee. So wouldn't that $2,000 come out that 20 grand that he gonna give him? That's saying if I give him 20 grand, I give him 20 grand. I don't know nothing about the trucking industry, but I give him 20 grand. Shouldn't that 2,000 come out of that? What you the rest of it?
If you got $20,000 in your savings, I will help you get the truck. I will help you get the trailer. I will help you get your MC, DOT, and I will give you loads for a year with my brokerage. That thing went viral, right? And all I was charging was $2K. That's it.
He said all he was charging was $2K. It sounded like a lease purchase. Sounds like a leasing company. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, to all you drivers listening, if you got $20,000 right now in your pocket and you leased and you a company driver, stay where you at. Because right now, if you hauling white vans, right now the freight is cheap right now. The brokers are making more money than the truck drivers. I'm not talking about no dispatchers. I'm talking about brokers. The brokers are making more money than the truck drivers. And the truck driver have to take the bigger hit, the bigger nut while they're on that road out there. They not talking about that. They telling you about the glamour, what you can make. But if you know like I know, if you in that truck and you on that road, that trucking company that truck would change your life as a man. It would change you. And as a female. There's a lot of more females out there driving now. Get the rest of this.
Bro, I got about 300 clients. I got cops that have called me and said, hey, I'm shout out Justin. I know he's watching this. Dude from Vegas. He came from New York. He grew up in the streets. Got in a Metro Police in Vegas. He hit me. He was my first client. He said, look, I know you've been to prison. I heard your story. I want to let you know I'm a cop. Here's the money. Here's your 2K. Prove me wrong. Opened up his trucking company. A second one, me, my wife, my kids went 4th of July, visited it.
Now, this is where I want to prove him wrong. You got to show stacks on that, brother. You got to show how many people that you done gave you 20 grand plus 20, that's 22,000 total. That's out there right now running their own company and running their trucks. Because right now, trucks are hard to get right now. Brand new trucks. You got companies out there right now that can't even get no trucks. I'm leased onto a company right now that still got 5 trucks sitting on the semi line they can't even get right now. Because right now, you can't get trucks right now. The only thing right now that's rolling is these used trucks. Before COVID, you was able to get a Freightliner, you was able to get an International and a Volvo. You talking about a 2014 for $5K, for like $52,000, probably $34,000. Depends on how many miles on the truck. Turn around, COVID came, the same 2014 went up $60,000. I know a guy at the job right now got a 2019 Pete, spent hella money for it. Another guy got a 2017 automatic, spent $190,000 for a used truck. So right now you got dealers looking for new used trucks because they can't get brand new trucks. They can't get them. Now, at the same time, he said with the 20K that he give you, he could put you in a 2014 Cascadian with a DD15 motor, with a DD16 motor, if you understand what I'm talking about, plus you got the DEF on the truck. This is what we're not talking about. This is why I bring to y'all the hardship of trucking. Now you can make money. Don't get me wrong. You can make a good money. I made a good damn living out of driving trucks. I done probably got 3 million miles out there. I done put some miles on the highway. 30 years. When I first started, the money was good. Before COVID, we was getting 11,000 going to Washington State, getting back 9,700 before COVID. Now to go to Washington State, they offering you $6,000. Who driving 3,000 miles for 6,000? That because you got these brokerage firms is getting 14,000, taking 8 off the top and giving you 6, and they running it. Yeah, they don't know about the after treatment system. You write about that for 5 years before you have to replace. Yeah, you have to replace them. But see, what it was this. He offering you a 2014. And if you know anything about trucks, around 2011 and 2016 is where the DEF, they had to tweak it. The DEF was shutting down trucks. You could be driving up the road out of Wisconsin somewhere, and the truck will cut off for you in the right lane, cut off in the center lane, cut off in the left lane. Then you got to get it to the shoulder. So you got to let it regen. After 2017, they retweaked them. They made them better. They made it better. So now, but if you're going to offer, if I'm going to give you $20,000 and you're going to give me a 2014, for $20,000, you better be putting my ass in a 2018 or better, man. You got to be putting me in a 2018 or better. You ain't going to just put me in a 2014 with $20,000 down to start a business, because even if you give him $20,000 and he start that company, it's even hard to get drivers out there. It's hard to get a driver to drive your truck because they want to be the owner. Now, if they don't get what they want, they're going to leave your truck on the side of the road. It's hard to get drivers. Tell you about it, man. Let me drop the link. Y'all come on up, man. Where we at? Here we go. One second. Hey, I dropped the link right there. I'm telling you, it's different out here. A lot of people don't understand what's going on right now. So when you got people out here talking about all this money and they're not talking about
Las Vegas, because he retired his job and he's doing this now.
Yeah, he got rid of that shit.
Yeah, bro, I got people right now, and I guarantee him this. You start this, your first month, you will make minimum $15,000 to $20,000 a month. Damn. I got 300 clients. They all been doing this, and that's why I was telling this.
Hey, you gotta own the truck.
That's the homie right there. I'm putting my boy June on it right now as I speak.
You gotta own the truck.
Listen.
So for 20K, you could own it. This is how it works, bro. 10K goes as a down payment. See, a lot of people don't know the business, and a lot of people don't.
I know the business.
You got this video. It's like 6-7 minutes. Breaks the whole thing down.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is, they making 10, 15,000. I mean, 15, 20,000 without a truck or with the truck.
With the truck.
Oh, yeah, no, because I remember you said that you were doing something for
anybody.
commission.
That's what I've been doing, bro.
So a million people can do it?
A retard could do it, bro. As long as you got $20,000 in your account, look, I'll break it down.
You see what he said? A retard can do it. I haven't met one retarded person in trucking. Come on, man. I know some crazy people, but a retard can do it? A retard can do it. So you telling me I give you $20,000 and you blow my money, and when I call you on the phone and ask you, where the freight at? Where the money at? I thought I was going to make $15,000. And you going to tell me you retarded. You ain't had to give me your money. You could have took that $20,000, the Freightliner, with decent credit, and put down 10 and another 12 for your tag, like your tag titles and your insurance. You could have took 12 of that, got your truck, and got leased onto a company, and then drove for 2 years to see if you want to become an owner, if you want to get your own authority. and get out there and do your own. So this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. So if you blow that man money, he's retarded for giving you that, man. There's no way. I'm telling you, the way the industry is now, you got a lot of people out here playing dummy. Hold on, let me see if I get you up here. Hold on. Let me see if I bring you up. What up, bro? Yo, Tazo, what up, Tazo? Tazo, man, if you want to come up, you hit the link, man. Anybody want to come up, you get the link and talk about this, man. Because there's no way, man. You're going to sit up there and tell me. You're going to tell me if I give you my money. He just said it. Now, hold on, let me play it back.
You can hear me?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
As a down payment. A lot of people don't know the business, and a lot of people don't want to tell you the business. You got this video, it's like 6-7 minutes, breaks the whole thing. No, but what I'm saying is they make it 15,000. Because I remember you said that you were doing something. That's what I've been doing, bro. So a million people can do it? A retard could do it, bro. As long as you got $20,000 in your account, look, I'll break it down. It's simple. You put 10K down on the 2014, 2015 Freightliner Cascadia. Right?
Now, right there, right? That's what I done right there, right? Now he said a retard can do it. You could put that money down. Oh, it's Tazo by like 20 minutes ago, Tazo. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna give you $20,000. $20,000, and you telling me a retard can do it. So if my money go to the wayside, I lose everything. Well, you can just take that money and just go get your own truck.
Word. What up?
Hey, what you got to add to it, bro?
Said what?
What's your input on this?
Well, it just don't make sense. The amount of money he talking about giving him just to, get started in the trucking industry.
What up, Rose Gold?
That same 10,000, you can go to the dealership yourself. You got good credit. It's not even going to be the 10 grand to put down, depending on the year of the truck, like you said. But it's a wonder where half the money that he's talking about to put down, where is it really going to?
What's up, Quill?
What up, Tazo?
What's up, brother? Trebler.
Well, what's good, Taz?
What's up, brother?
AJ.
Hey, my bad. Go ahead, man. You was talking, right?
Yeah, I was just saying the amount of money this guy's talking about putting down, just to get started in the trucking industry, as far as you can get on with a truck with $5,000, $10,000, maybe even $15,000 down, depending on your credit. Get a payment from $1,200, $1,500, $1,800 a month, depending on the price of the truck, and pay it off in 3 years and be leased onto a company and see anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 a week easily. Before COVID, shit, we was doing $3,000-$4,000 a week, like nothing.
Hey, brother, see what he's saying is he don't even drive trucks.
Yeah.
He said that's what you're gonna be making as just an owner of a truck and a trucking company. He not even mentioning the fact you still got to pay a driver.
See, but he talking from his experience what he was able to do. He was able to be the plug, essentially. He worked for a brokerage firm that booked loads for owner operators or for companies. So he was able to get an inside plug on the loads and what they were actually paying, and he just applied it to himself with his own truck. Because if it was like that and he was making money like that, he would have kept his 8 to 10 trucks, whatever it was he had, and he'd be making even more money. But that's not where the money is. The money is on the brokerage side, starting your own brokerage firm. But
you're not going to get into that game and just automatically be making the type of money that he talking about he making.
That's my whole point there, brother. And I get it. A lot of people say money is in the brokerage. There's a lot of money in there. That's
Yeah,
what he
but
was
you
saying as
gotta you
well.
gotta establish relationships with these companies, to show that, hey, I got the trucking companies to move your work, and that's
Right.
all people want. There's a
Okay.
lot of people trying to get into the brokerage game, but they don't know, they don't have trucking companies. The people they know got one truck. You got 5 or 10 trucks. You can actually make something happen. You can land your own account with several different customers and make a lot more money without even dealing with a broker.
You can go directly to the customer.
Yeah, you deal direct with the customer.
See, my problem with this whole thing is this, right? You get up here and tell everybody how much you make and how you live it. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is you have people jump out the window and do 20 grand on on somebody else telling you what to do. Now you lose that whole 20 grand when you could have did something else with the money. Now you stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you want to get somebody up on,
Look, they got a portable parking lot on the side. About to get them. My bad, y'all.
now Tazo,
Yeah.
now wait right here at DJ Ave. Now I'm gonna have him break down. He have his own trailer. Now I'm gonna have him break it down how he moved his trailer and how the work flows back and forth. What up, DJ Ave?
What's up, DJ Al?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What up? What
Going
up?
on, bro?
Another day.
Was you able to catch this clip of this
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah. I seen it. I heard about it.
Okay. What's your take on it?
I think he don't know what he's talking about.
Mm.
To be honest with you, because the numbers that he giving out, none of that don't make no sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you put down $20,000, $10,000 for the truck,
Yep.
$1,000 for the trailer,
Right.
giving him $2,000 for his
Right.
pocket. That's $22,000.
Right.
Start talking about getting the LLC and getting the DOT number and all that. You gotta pay for all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Talk about $300 for the DOT number,
Insurance.
the insurance, just like driving, or even if you don't drive, you're looking at $5,000 to $7,000 down just on insurance. Then you got to get the M150.
Now he said he don't got a CDL. Can you have a trucking company with no CDL?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You
you
can
got you
because
can
you can
have a truck
hire.
without a CDL.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Now
Yeah,
you gotta put somebody in it.
That's news. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can buy it, but you gotta put somebody in it. Ain't nobody gonna buy no truck and let it sit. You gotta put somebody in that truck. Now, for what he said was, we gonna if you give me 20,000 down and give me 2 for my pocket, he could get you 60 cents a mile. 60 cents a mile is what Snyder getting. That's what Swift getting. That's what all them big companies getting as a company driver. You ain't paying no
facts.
operators 60 cents a mile because you ain't making no money like that. So 66 a mile
No,
don't
he
even
said
have
they provide you
a month.
Quill. He said he provide you a driver paying them 60 cents a mile.
Yeah, okay. He provides you a driver, right? So
Right.
you
Yeah,
give him 60
yeah.
cents a mile. At the end of the week, you gotta say now you gotta tell that driver either you gonna do a 30/70 with him. So you gotta
Mm.
split that money with the driver. So the driver gonna drive for you. You gotta pay him, still pay the brokerage firm, still pay the insurance, still pay the truck note, still pay the diesel. So you gotta keep paying. So what is the driver making? Ain't no driver gonna drive your truck for $500, bro. If it's not the
Mm.
case, go work at Burger King.
Well,
Go drive for
he
Amazon
said the
if you
truck
want
could
to
do about 15,000 a month, though, right?
make.
Yeah.
He said the truck could do about 15. That's about
10,
37.50 a
15.
week. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like
That's
25 to $3,700 a month. To make 3,700, you're gonna run about what, 1,200 miles a week?
more than that.
You're spending
More than
about
that.
3,700.
70 cents a mile.
But you still gotta split that in half. So if you put a driver in the truck, you gotta split that with the driver. That got to be split down the middle. So now you might tell the driver, we can do a 50-50. That don't even work when diesel right now is up. At the end of the week, let's say like if you do 3,700, right? That's see what
Yeah.
he not talking about the breakdown. You do 3,700. Say, okay, you do 3,700. Then at the end of the week, you got $1,500 in diesel got to come off that.
Facts.
Yeah, anywhere from
That,
8 to
that diesel got to
1,500.
come off. You know what I'm saying? So when the diesel come off, you still got tolls, right?
Yeah.
So you figure you still got tolls with that. Now that brings you down to 2,200. So now you split that 2,200 and 11. But as long as he in your truck, you're doing a 50-50. Anything that happened to that truck got to come out of that truck purse. Once it come out that purse, that money start getting lower and lower. Right? At the same time, you get a driver, somebody else is in the air like, yo, my man, you come over here, we paying this. It's hard to keep a driver in the truck if you can't keep them happy. If you tell a driver, I'm going to pay you $1,500 a week, you better stand on that $1,500. Because if you don't stand on it, he's leaving. So it's not like Swift and Snyder where it's a revolving door. You get out the truck, I get somebody in it. If that man get out my truck, that truck sitting in the drive, it's sitting in a parking spot where I'm paying $220 a month. No, $220 a month. It went up to $2,000 in Jersey.
Go to 600 in Jersey.
And he's still not saying, okay, 10,000, you know, 10,000 for the truck, 10,000 for the trailer. He's still not mentioning monthly payments.
But that's what I want to know. Where's the money going to? You know,
Yeah, where's the money going to?
$20,000 just for a tractor and a trailer. You can get a trailer anywhere from what?
He said down payment.
That's down payment.
So what's the monthly payments?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
On used equipment like that?
For 2014?
Yeah. But then this is my question. Listen what he said. He don't even got a CDL. So let's say this driver take a load to Wyoming somewhere. He realized, yo, you know what? My mom's sick back at home in New York. My girl's sick. She about to go into labor. My daughter's sick. Whatever the case may be, yo, I gotta go. I'm on the next flight back home. He leave that motherfucking truck parked on the side of the road somewhere. The dude that just gave him $20,000, he can't even jump on the plane to go recover his truck.
Nope.
It's sitting there.
Nah, you gotta pay somebody to drive that mug.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how you making money? And you know to go recover it, that ain't no small drop in the bucket. They want 15, $2,000, $3,000 to go recover that.
And what he's not saying, what he's not saying, Taz, is that $2,000 is just a continuity in me giving you $2,000. Because not only I gotta pay you, I gotta pay your broker people. So now everybody coming off that money. You gotta pay him. You got to pay the brokers for giving you the freight. That ain't free neither, because you go on the low board, you got to pay. You got to open an account and pay for that shit.
And look, you know another thing that caught my attention, right? He said for the first year, you got access to his brokers, right? What happened after the first year?
Exactly.
You on your own.
You don't get the sweet work from him.
Nah.
You know, can he have you loaded?
I might just cut you out from the get-go.
That's like these companies with the lease program. You get to the end of your lease and they stop feeding you.
They hit you with a balloon payment.
And the balloon payment.
My other thing too is you doing all this, you putting up $22,000. Like I said, but what about the startup cost for all of this? You know what I mean? Like you need at least $5,000 just for fuel to get you running for the first week or two.
Yep.
To do these loads. You got to get Easy Pad. You got to get the drug and alcohol consortium. You got to get a third party to do that. You got to get a BOC3. You got to pay the 2290. You got to pay the MC150. You got to get
and you got to get your NY HUD, your KYU.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You got to have numbers to be able to run through them.
Mexico. You gotta get your tags and registration. That's 17 to $2,000 right there. So you looking at another, and your down payment on insurance. Another thing he ain't telling you, you gotta wait 21 days before your authority even go active with the FMCSA.
Yeah. So now you heard what he just said, right? So now you get that man $20,000. You sitting for like 21 days.
Exactly. Before you
Yep.
ever even pull the
Yeah,
load.
they not telling you that. You got to sit them days, bro. So now that
Exactly.
truck sitting out there, you walking around the
Shit, the
truck.
first week I bought my truck, my starter went.
I just put one on mine. How much it hit you for?
And another day, Tazo, he not telling you a factory. Most of the when you out there running, you have to. Sometimes these shippers won't even pay you. Sometimes if
Oh,
you fill, and then they'll tell you if you fill out the invoice wrong, you won't see no money, bro. Some of these cats don't. You got to chase them down for the money. Let me tell you something. When I had my own authority, I was pulling for a company called. I was pulling for a company in Jersey City called A1 Logistics. A1 Logistics. I'm in Virginia. I was living in Virginia Beach at the time. A1 Logistics had me wait a month and a half to get my money. I drove all the way to Jersey City, ran up in the building, just because of my last name. There's no disrespect to nobody, no other race. They thought I was white. So I told them my name. They said, "Hold up, you so and so?" I said, "Yeah." When I showed them the invoice, they paid me my $3,400 for doing these runs. I'd never seen work after that, bro. That stuff like that you're gonna have to counter in the trucking industry, bro. This is what
exactly.
everybody telling you, man.
Because
It's what
it's
everybody telling you. Sometimes you gotta wait a whole month to get a check. You got mortgage, rent, car payment. You got
longer
child
than
support.
that.
You
Longer
got
than that.
alimony. You got side pieces. You got all of these factors.
Hey, look, let me ask y'all this. What
Hey,
about
you,
the
you, you
taxes?
remember Bobby J?
Yeah. Oh, you mean taxes, Tazo?
Yeah, because you mentioned, okay, the startup, the 10 to 20 gonna get you started. You also got to talk to these brothers about the taxes and not how to,
The bill
everything that's coming
taxes
in is
every
not
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, the
And if you
EFTA,
do have a business, you should do your taxes every 3 months.
that's another expense. But listen, that 20,000 that he talking about, that's not a bro. You got to add another 15 on top of that 20 just to get started.
Yeah.
Another 15, and like you said, with the taxes, the EFTA taxes, that's every 3 months. Every
What's
quarter,
that?
you got to. That's like so. Every state you run through,
That's both
they
taxes. That's state tax, federal, and IFTAs.
exactly. So you got to calculate that in too. So every state you run through, every mile that you drive in that state,
Hey, what up,
every
Lo?
gallon of
74.
fuel that you buy in that state, you got to account for that through the FMCSA.
And that's
Hey,
separate
Tazo.
from highway usage tax.
Yeah, that's
Tazo.
yeah. The,
Read what's on the bottom because he said, I'm going to cut y'all off. But he said, when you go past the weigh station, they might call
Oh,
you in.
Quill. Hey, Quill, let them know what he said about that, bro.
Yo, he said, when you go past the weigh station, they may call you in. They don't call you in no weigh
You only
station.
stop if they call you in.
Yeah. You only stop if they call you in the weigh station.
yeah,
The
okay.
only
You can.
time you bypass a weigh
Hey,
station,
look, but he don't got his CD. He don't got his CDL, man. He
he
don't know
don't
this
know.
stuff.
He don't know
Word.
because if you go past a weigh station,
That's
if that
dangerous to
light
give out that kind of
flashing,
information, yo.
only time you can bypass a weigh station if you got a bypass in the truck and it's
Yep.
flashing and you could go past. JD Hunt
Right.
gets away with that. But if it don't have a bypass like in Baltimore, everybody go in. They
Right.
not out there saying, come here, hey yo, come here for a minute. They not doing that, bro. Now the only time they will do that if you go through a rest area and they
An
standing out there
inspection
with the DOT
station.
checkpoint, then
Mm.
they come out.
Yeah.
And they would stand right there and say, driver, where you going? They go, where you going? No, where you coming? Where you going? You hold on the steering wheel. You don't look out the window. You say it real fast. Oh, go ahead. Then the next one come in. New York State put me out of. I was online. They put me out of service. So
Yeah.
if you drive past a weigh station, the bills, bro, 150, and that's 150 to start, plus the violations that's coming with your traffic. You have
Yeah.
$1,100 bill at the weigh station, man.
Oh,
$1,100.
but I got something even sweeter for you with that. What he just said, right? Now, listen what you just said. They put you out of state, out of service in New York, right? Now, dig this. If you, he telling people $20,000 get you down, get you in the truck, start your own company. Now, what he not telling you is a lot of these companies ain't gonna mess with you once they pull up your DOT or MC number and they see that it's a new authority. Like before, you could get on with, like, let's say Amazon. You get on with Amazon the day your authority go active. You can run a load for Amazon. Not no more. Amazon got a 6 month waiting before your authority go active before they allow you to pull a load. JB Hunt is now a year before you can pull a load with them.
Damn,
All
word.
these, yeah, they just changed the game because they had so many new carriers coming in, tearing stuff up. Now they're like, nah, your authority got to be aged before we allow you to pull a load for us.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
he's not telling you that. So now when you go get him 20,000, get a truck, thinking you about to jump in the business and start moving, now you get on these load boards. None of these companies is giving you no work because you ain't got no your
But
authority is
that's
not
why you're
aged.
signed up to his brokerage, and he's not saying whether you got to get your own authority or if you got to run under his authority. Because if you run it under his authority, he's taking even more money,
Exactly. So he
and he's
not
gonna
only
charge you for the insurance.
and the tags on the truck. So that's another thing. If you decide you don't want to work for him no more and you want to just take your truck and your trailer and just keep making a monthly payment, you can't even move it because you ain't got no tags on it because he's taking his tags once you quit. So now you got to get it towed from wherever you at.
Yep.
So it's a lot of stuff that it's a lot of misinformation that they're not giving you.
Let me ask
Like,
y'all this question, right? From the information
What's up?
he putting out there, is there somebody who can go exactly through every step he said and still be successful, or is there no way?
when you say every step, what you mean by that?
Like when he's putting out, okay, y'all sign up with me, y'all got 20,000 in y'all savings. If you got 20,000 to spend and you got 2,000 to give me for commission, you can get started and you can be successful. From what he's trying to tell people, or is it just like, all right, man, I don't see no win in that, bro.
If he
Me
feeding
personally,
you the work, I think you can make it happen. Because cats, they do lease purchase programs, and they get their trucks that way. They don't have the money or the credit to do it for themselves. So I think a lease purchase program is one of the worst things that's out there. But when you ain't got the money or the credit, that's your option.
but so I disagree. I don't think you're gonna be able to be successful because one, if you're getting your work through him, he's not telling you exactly how much he's making off the load. So let's say he get the load for 2 grand. He can give you that load for 800.
Facts.
Where he's getting 1,200 off top and you only get 800. So how are you going to be successful
I
when
mean,
you got a high ass truck note, high ass insurance? You know what I mean? Because you talking about these lease purchases, they paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,600-$1,700 a week on these truck
Yeah.
notes.
Because
So
see,
if you ain't moving like right now, everything is slow right now. Every market is slow right now.
yeah, everything is
So if you
slave. See, before COVID, to do a lease purchase, you was able to get a lease purchase anywhere between $350 and $400 out your check every week. So now they doing a lease purchase now. Say that they take it out 1,600. You paying off 2 trucks for the price of one. So
yep.
if that truck is sitting on
And
the
they
lot,
giving you an old truck.
if the truck's sitting on the lot for 90,000, you don't pay it off 180. And if you bounce or they get rid of you, they're gonna put somebody in and set the whole deal up all over again, man.
all over
All over
again.
And
again.
then I'm also wondering this too, right? Is the truck and the trailer, what condition is it in?
That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
that's what you don't know. You don't know. He's already telling you
No,
getting a 2014 or 15 truck
yeah,
with
with with
20,000
with at
down.
least with at least 600 to 800 miles on it, 800,000 miles. So if you
Right.
get a truck between 600 and 800,000 miles, you better be trying to take that truck to get a whole overhaul done. Because if you don't, you shot with now you stuck with this truck. So now you stuck with a blown motor. Your 20,000 going. You call him up. Hey, what do you say? Hey, any retard can do it.
Yeah, you could do it if you could jump out there if you're trying to lose the shirt off your back.
Where you go, Tazo? Uh huh.
If you're trying to lose the shirt off your back, jump out there and think it's sweet. Because you're gonna lose the shirt off your back. You're gonna be in debt. You might lose your house. You might lose your family. Man, listen, it's real out here. It's
Yeah.
real out here.
Now
Like,
see,
and
The way
that's
the
the thing they're
industry
not
is
talking
now,
about.
you don't need him to do that.
Yeah, see, they're not talking about that too. The time you spend on that road, weeks and months at a time. Even if you home every other day, your woman feeling that, your kids feeling that, your pockets feeling that, and your bills feeling that.
Fact.
Before you know it, you in divorce court quick as hell because the trucking industry. People don't tell you that being on that road ruin families.
Do it.
They don't tell you
'Cause
that.
for me, this is just my personal opinion. A lot of these people just want to scream out, "I'm an owner operator, I'm an entrepreneur," but they not telling you what really comes along with being an entrepreneur. The struggles, running up credit card bills, $15,000-$20,000 on credit card bills. Another thing, like they tell you, you hear all these people tell you, "Hey, go once you get your LLC, your EIN number, go to the bank, open up a business bank account." Yeah, you do that, but when you go to the bank, they want you got to PG that. PG, you got a personal guarantee that you're gonna pay this money back. So now you putting your own personal credit on the line for the business. So even if you close the business and run up these credit cards on this business, you can't dump that under that LLC because you personally guaranteed it under your personal credit. So they still coming after you for that. So now you done ran up $30,000 on credit cards for this trucking business, and you realize ain't no money in it, and now you want to close the doors on it. You still got $30,000 worth of bills you got to pay when you go back and get that 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So how you paying your bills and still paying for a trucking business that you don't even no longer have? Quickest way to divorce, you ask me.
And another thing too. Now, if somebody tell you, okay, I'm going to guarantee you work, and I'm gonna guarantee to do your paperwork while you're on the road, you better have somebody look over that. Because I done seen couples lose their whole career when at the end of the year, when they get DOT audit or New Jersey audit, whatever state you in, you get audit. They will come to your house and check all your paperwork. And something that's not in it that's right, they will take you out, put you out of service while you sit on your living room couch.
Yep.
They will put you out of service. They're not gonna tell you all that, but they're gonna make the whole trucking thing a dream so you can go out there and you think I'll make all this money. Before COVID, a shop was charging you 120 between 125 an hour to fix your truck. Now those shops up to 225 an hour just to look at your truck.
Shit, before COVID, $95.
Yeah, so the parts used to be cheap. The parts is high as hell now. So if you don't know how to fix nothing on your truck, that mechanic is going on. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep 100 with y'all. You go to any mechanic shop right now, their cars are better than yours.
You ain't lying.
The mechanic wife is pulling up in Range Rovers and Maybachs while you sitting out there. You can't even pay the truck note. But the mechanic is making more money off diesel trucks than anything else now. They making big money. My mechanic's sitting there with he always got a haircut with a fresh lineup with a GL 500 outside. What you
All
gonna
new
do?
cars.
You're either gonna fix the truck or learn it, or you're gonna end up giving it back. And I seen it happen, man. I seen it happen.
A lot of these new guys, they ain't even trying to fix the truck. They're just trying to get out here and think that they're gonna run. I'm a runner. All I can run. As soon as something breaks down, it's in the shop. I lie to you not. I just seen a video where a dude was talking about Super Ego, how he was running for Super Ego. He said he didn't even have money for the toll. He had to call his mama for his mama to wire him money for the tolls, to pay the tolls. Man. How you a truck driver, you ain't got no money to pay the tolls?
That don't make no sense, man.
Bro, man, listen. The way the market is right now, I wouldn't recommend nobody jump out the job, out the gate, and just try to get no authority and jump out here.
Yeah. I done seen drivers come out the East Coast. I see drivers come out California, get all the way to New York, and can't cross the bridge because the tolls. They don't pay that Jersey toll, and they get caught sitting in New York on the side where the oversized be at.
$125.
Word.
Because the tolls in New York could kill you in the truck. You got Jersey, You got the George Washington Bridge. You got the Whitestone. You got the Whitestone. You got the Throgs Neck. You got the Verrazano. Them tolls is per axle. It's expensive in New York, but they don't tell them that. I don't have dudes sit up there had to catch call an Uber to get a ride from their truck to go get money off the com data to come back for the toll booth, man. New York doesn't let you in like that, man.
Nah.
I done see some.
They tell you gotta turn around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the brokers will tell you in a minute. They don't even want to tell you, oh, that's part of the rate. What rate? What rate? So you telling me, yeah, you telling me you want me to go to Brooklyn for $400 out of Jersey. Oh, we go to Brooklyn for $400. But then goes to $300.
Yep.
What money you making? But you got an idiot that would take that.
Because they don't know their cost per mile.
So you only going 22 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you got, like you said, the GW is 125. Then you got to come out of Jersey, depending on what exit you get on the turnpike in Jersey before you get to the end of Jersey. Depends on how much you're gonna pay. So you're looking at least 175, 150 to 175 just to get in New York.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're going.
Yeah, because you can pay that George Washington, then you got the Throgs Neck or the Whitestone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You still
trying to get up to the LIE. And if you're going to Brooklyn, you got the Gotham, and then you got the Verrazano coming back.
And
that's
the thing,
200.
And it's the thing right here, Kev. Right? Now, they down there in California talking. He never said nothing about the fuel. Right now, fuel in California is anywhere from $5.25 a gallon to $5.69 a gallon. They fuel be higher than everybody's fuel.
Word.
So for you to go get, like today, what I got? The fuel today was down here in Jersey, I got on 46, was $4.27 a gallon. Right? I don't know if I got the sheet in my pocket. That fuel was like that. I got 300 gallons. No. I didn't get 300. I got 100 gallons. Still spend $300 something. Right? So now you turn around and you running from Cali all the way out here. Your bill's up to damn near $3,000, up to about $2,200 in fuel alone. So now you looking at that rate saying, hold up, man. They lowballed me and gave me $8,000 to go to Jersey. And you ain't even finished the run yet. So if you go from Cali all the way to New Hampshire, man, you might as well just park the truck and call your mother, man. Tell her come get you, bro.
Man, those days is over. You ain't, even to go from Jersey to Cali, you looking at 3,500. 3,000 to 3,500. And that's 2,700 miles, 2,800 miles. How are you making any money with that?
They pay you a dollar amount, man. That ain't no money, man. That ain't
exactly.
No money. And that's what they're offering. And then don't take a back haul. Don't take a back haul. You might as well kill yourself. Don't take a back haul. Because back haul, they don't want to pay you. See, this is the reason why I do containers. Containers is one way in and one way out, bro. Containers one way in, one way out. You ain't got to worry about nothing, man. You deal with the headache in the port, you come out, this is what it is, you drop a hook, you don't touch no freight. You don't touch anything, man. Just don't, like I said, I got a couple people that's on now that had their own trailers that's pulling containers now. Because right now, we don't have to deal with brokers. Like say, like right now, if I do a special load for the company I'm leased to, and wherever I go, and the broker call my phone, yo, my man, you ain't call him up. I hang the phone up. Then they call the company, why you ain't the phone up? Because you ain't got to talk to me. I got a container. You don't need to talk to me. They call they call you every day. You got a trailer, they call you every day.
Every day, all day, 6-7 times. What's your ETA there? What's your ETA? What's your like, yo, man, let's stop calling me. I get there when I get there.
Word.
Like fuel went up since the 5th of July. The 5th of July to I want to say the 6th of August. Fuel went up almost $80 to $1. Bro, I'm spending now an extra $150 every fill up, every 3 days extra $150. That's $300 a week extra coming out of my pay, out of my profit, just to put in fuel.
See, the reason why they don't account deadhead anymore, because you're dealing with brokers. You're not actually dealing with the
Yeah.
ship. You're dealing with
And see
brokers.
that, but that's the
And
thing.
brokers don't
My
profit.
dead head ain't nothing. My dead head is what, 15 minutes from my house. That ain't nothing. It ain't even the
Yeah,
dead.
but
It's just the fuel.
a lot of brokers they booking loads the way you deadheading 120 miles just to go
Yeah,
get the load.
I'm not
100
and
even
not
miles.
doing
paying,
that.
and not paying you.
Hey,
That's what
so
brokers are doing.
you think about that 120 miles. What's that? 120 miles. That's at least 2.5 hours.
It's about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 2.5 hours. That 120 miles. How much is that in fuel right now? That's almost 150.
yeah.
Between 125 to $150 in fuel. Just the
Yeah.
deadhead to go pick the load up.
Yeah.
And,
But
and then with that, you can't even hammer down. You better keep that between 60 and 65. You
Word.
better keep it at 61. That's so you can save on the fuel.
dog, you know my motto, dog. You know my motto. 61, 62. I ain't going no faster.
Word. Same
They be
here.
blowing by me in the left lane, honking, looking at me crazy. I'm like, yeah, you ain't paying for your fuel. I am. I'm going slow. I'm gonna get there what, extra 20 minutes early to sit and wait? Nah, I'm taking my time. I'm
Word.
taking my time.
Man, it's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy out here.
And
And
you
nobody,
get into the shipper, and the shipper taking 3, 4, and 5 hours, 6 hours to load or unload you, man. That's crazy.
and I think
Word.
they should pay for
And
that.
you
I think
getting no detention time.
yeah, they should pay you detention time, but they don't want to give you that, man. They'll
But
find a
now,
way to put in that paperwork you got there a minute late.
exactly. But not only that, like, so
Nah,
you
brokers
burning
are
that.
booking the load same day, so you can't even get there on time.
All right, so now dig this. Another thing that the brokers is doing. A load that, like, let's say going from Jersey to Baltimore. You could run that same day. Drop that same day. Now they want you to sit under the load for a whole nother day. So now I just burnt 2 clocks for one load.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. That's because all these new brokers don't know what they're doing. When COVID hit, you had an influx of brokers that everybody and their mama, all you need is a $75,000 bond to become a broker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now brokers is cutting brokers. Everybody and their mama is a broker or a dispatcher. Man,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. And they want you to sit under a load for 2 days for a day run. And another thing too that kind of irritates me is, like you just said, you sitting at the shipper for 5, 6 hours. You just burnt your whole clock sitting at a shipper. And it ain't like you can stop the clock
Mm-hmm.
and then resume once you start rolling. Like, yo, I've been sitting here 5 hours. I done took a nap. I done ate. I done went out and stretched my legs and did all that. But
That's
now
right.
I still got to take a 10-hour reset because the shipper want to take forever to unload me or load me.
Yeah. I did that OTR crap for like a week. I was like, oh, man, y'all can keep that shit.
Well,
Facts, bro.
most of the time, he says right here, what's the best strategy to obtain a direct shipper? Most of the time, if you at the loading dock, a closed mouth don't get fed, man. Just go in there and speak to
Word.
him. Just
Facts.
go speak
Yeah.
to him.
Or for me, is
Oh,
if
all
you
right.
go in there, if
Or
you
if you
go in there
dealing
to
with a,
sit,
go ahead.
okay, good.
No, I was just gonna say if you're dealing with like a larger company, you got to get to like the whoever handles the shipping and the scheduling of the loads and stuff like that to see if you can get something from them. You
Facts.
build a good rapport with going there so many times and you on time. A lot of times they be willing to throw you to work, provided you have your own authority or maybe 2 or 3 trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if you got good partners, that y'all work in the same area, y'all can get together. Because I watched 10 cats come together and take over a whole load, an account from Massachusetts, and I watched these 10 cats grow to about 20 to 30 trucks.
And another thing too, what I'll say with that is to get that direct shipper is whatever you do, be professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Be professional. That's where
yeah,
a lot
be
of people get it.
clean.
Yes. You know what I mean? Don't come, especially if you got a sleeper, don't come like you just rolled out of the bed with your
Yeah.
flip-flops on.
And
You got on gray sweatpants and you got grease stains on them,
Hey, you
t-shirt,
talking
neck
about me now?
sagging. You know what I mean? Your hair all twisted up, look like you ain't shaved, being kempt or none of that. Like, and now this is just personal opinion. This is just my philosophy. And I got this month, I got 18 years experience in doing this in the trucking industry. 18 years. I'll look at it like this. If I work for a company, last company I worked for 12 years, I wore a uniform to that company. So if I got my own authority, why wouldn't I treat my own company as more important than I would treat somebody else's company? So I wear a uniform every day, and I don't got to. It's my company. But I want to be professional when I go into these people's establishment. And you go in there being polite. Well, like I said, I ain't saying you got to be shaved up all every day, but when you polite and you well groomed and you got manners, they see that and they see like, yo, he a hard worker. He come, he always polite.
Appreciate it, brother.
You know what I mean? That's how you build connect. You build a connect, and once you start building that connect, the sky's the limit.
And I want to, hey Derek, hey, when you get your TWIC card, when you apply for it, depends on the background check. Sometimes it take anywhere from a week to 6 months, a week to 3 weeks, 6 months. It took me only a week. So when I applied for my TWIC card, it took me a week to get it back. So if you are first applying for it, it might take you up to 3 weeks to a month. But after that, you'll start getting it like every week. You don't have to wait too long to get your TWIC card anymore. And that's another thing too that they don't talk about. If whatever you do in life, I don't care if you work on a loading dock, I don't care if you bagging bags, I don't care if whatever you're doing in life, if you could obtain a TWIC card, get the TWIC card, because the TWIC card is a government issue card. You can move about through the airports. You can move about anywhere. If you go to motor vehicle and you show them the TWIC card, that's all they need. TWIC card, license, boom, you in and out. So if you can get the TWIC card, get it, because it saved you a lot of time and a big headache, man. The TWIC card is worth getting. You're going to spend a couple $100 some for it. What is that, 128, 140, something like that? But you're going to spend for it, but you get it now. I know you get it for 3 to 4 years. Huh?
125.
Yeah, but you can get it now for about 3 years, about 3 to 4 years
You
now.
can do 3 years or 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. So if you can get the TWIC card, get it, man. It works. It works, man. It gets you through a lot, man. It gets you through a lot. So if you can get it, get it.
And if you got a criminal history, all you got to do is show that your probation, parole, all of that is done and over with. It's completed. You submit all your stuff, and you get it with no issue. As long as you don't have anything current.
Yeah, anything current, anything open, you can just go ahead and get yours.
Yeah.
So if you can get it, but like I said, it takes up to a week. What up, Goof Troop?
Another thing too that I like, going back to the video, just another word of advice for people: work on building your own credit. Work on your credit.
Yeah,
credit is king. Credit is king.
But if you got decent credit, you ain't got to put no $10,000 or $15,000.
You got decent
you
credit.
Put 5,000.
You got
I put 5,000 down on my first truck, 4,000 down on the second one.
You got decent credit. You ain't even got to get nobody no 20 grand.
You ain't gonna get nobody nothing.
Nope.
You got decent and good credit. You ain't gonna get nobody nothing.
Then you can go to the dealership instead of going to these aftermarket spots. A trans gonna go on a month.
All right, so this is my.
Now hold up.
Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, you said what is the TWIC card? The TWIC cards came out a couple years ago in the port.
Transportation Workers Identification Card.
So they came out a couple years in the port that everybody had to get one.
It's a federal ID that made a whole bunch of people a bunch of money just to ID us. Because each port have their own system for getting in and out of the port, but it's not just for containers. Like he said, you can use it at the air. It's a federal ID. So anything dealing with the federal government, you can use that ID for.
Yeah.
God damn, yo, it's raining like a mug out here.
Where you at?
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta right now.
Oh yeah, they about to get hit. Florida and all that about to get hit with that storm coming
You know what?
tonight and
Everybody
tomorrow.
keeps saying that. Man, it was
Yeah.
just raining like a mug. Shit. Couldn't see nothing. Whew.
There's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot goes on with this, man. So that's why I choose to do this live to enlighten a lot of people, man. See, there's a lot of cats up here. They put up these videos. They run into these trucks. They run into these dealers, and they saying, "I
Well,
bought one truck, two truck, three truck." It's not happening, bro.
it's,
Because you
it's
got
not as hard as it might seem, but it's not as complicated neither. You're going to get a
yeah.
bobtail truck, you got to get bobtail insurance. To get the
Uh huh.
bobtail insurance, you need a lease letter from the company that you're going to be running under, unless
Mm-hmm.
you're doing your own insurance to run under your own authority. When you get your own authority, it's going to vary in cost depending on the amount of liability, cargo, insurance, and things of that nature. What is it, like 250, 500,000, 750, or a million?
Yep.
You
A
know, the
million and
higher the
750. Well,
coverage, the more
750.
it's going to cost. You know,
But most
most people are
companies
paying
won't.
what?
Go
What
ahead. Go
happened?
ahead.
No, most people are probably paying anywhere from 17 to 21,000 a year right now for their insurance.
Yep.
That's just coming into the game with one truck. You know, and if you got a bad license or any kind of bad driving history, it's gonna be more than that. They love you
Exa-
guys.
It's definitely gonna be more than that. It's
exactly.
definitely gonna be
Another
more than
thing too is my thing is, well, if you're going to get your own authority, you ain't got to pay nobody to do all of this paperwork for you.
that.
Now,
Or
if you
yourself.
lazy, then yeah, pay somebody 4 or 5 thousand to do it for you. But a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory. There's 1,000 videos on YouTube that'll walk you through hand in hand on how to do it and how to fill out the paperwork. Because it's not really hard. These people is overcharging people for
Yeah,
nothing.
to do
You know what
nothing.
I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's really
yeah.
just like a click of a button, fill in
To me,
your
it's almost like the
address.
dispatch service. You know, how hard is it to go on a load board, pick a load, and get it? Because that's all a dispatch is going to do. You know, they
Yo,
don't know what kind of load or nothing. They literally just go on the load board, say, "Hey, I got this load. You willing to take it? It's going from here to here," and you're paying them 10 to 15% of that load for what you could do yourself.
exactly. And most of these
Broker's a
dispatchers,
little bit different because I was gonna say brokers they have direct access to some customers because most customers hire brokers because they don't want to deal with different trucking companies.
You know,
exactly.
one thing I want to say to a lot of young cats coming in business, to all the young brothers out there. Just because you got a medical marijuana card and go for a DOT physical, they're gonna fail you. So stop calling me, hit me in a link, telling me they legalize marijuana, and why can I get my DOT license? You
Yeah, you're not
cannot,
gonna get a CDLs.
you cannot
Facts.
pass a DOT physical because you got a medical marijuana card and get your CDL license. So all you cats out there and you old brothers talking about they dropped my deal. I felt my DOT physical because I was smoking weed, but I got a medical marijuana card. You an idiot. If you're gonna go down to a Ready Care, a Medicare, full of weed, and thinking that you're gonna go ahead and take this test to get your written test. It ain't happening, bro.
They
It ain't
might be
gonna happen.
getting away with that synthetic urine right now,
Yeah.
but trust me, in the next year or so, they're gonna be up on that too.
And what they
Oh,
checking what they checking now, they hitting everybody with the high blood pressure test, the thyroid test, they putting the measurement around your neck. They checking everything now. They ain't letting you get away with nothing
sleep
no more.
apnea.
Yeah, because what you don't know when they start hustling. Now, the other day I was in the port, they had a full electric truck in the port, a full electric truck in the port, $400,000 vehicle. When they start bringing those in and they start moving them fast, A lot of us that got the license now, if you don't have it, they're gonna stop them license. They're gonna so if you can get them now, get them. But when they start hustling in them medical, them electric trucks in and out these ports or in on these highways, they're gonna start cutting a lot of us out because they ain't gonna stick no more.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that in our lifetime, though.
Man, they in the port already. If you come into the port, you go into global. Now, I'll tell you, global, everything now is done. Everything now is done robotic now, bro.
Mostly
Yeah, no, I
autonomous.
believe,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they come bring your
I believe
box,
that,
everything.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't
They got
believe we
fully
gonna
autonomous
fully see it.
ports.
Yeah. Japan. Japan got ports. Everything is on everything. There's no manpower no more.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if a human do walk within that area, the whole port shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but they got the infrastructure for that. We ain't got that here yet.
We do. They
We
already
do.
do
We have it.
it. They doing it in the port already. They doing it already. They doing it. See what y'all don't see what y'all don't see outside, we see inside. We inside the port, we know if the economy is slowing down, if it's going fast by just being in the port. Right now, the
Man,
port is
them
going fully
cranes they
automated.
got to offload the ships. We watched them build them down in Mars, Sealand, and in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Them cranes are 125 million each, and
Yeah,
a
what
lot
they
of
tell me,
them
G?
are is uh is like electric now.
Mm-hmm.
They
Everything
getting
going
rid of
electric.
the old stuff. They get government subsidized. They gonna get the money to do what they gotta do. We the ones
Yeah.
that's not gonna get subsidized for nothing.
Nah. So think about it, right? Think about it. We pay every year. We pay a 22.90 or 550, right?
Hmm.
Every year we got to pay the 550. If you don't pay the 550, you can't register the truck.
Yep.
Yep.
The railroad don't pay a dime. The railroad, you listening, right? The railroad don't pay a dime. A dime. Why is that? They don't pay a dime, bro.
It's the whole up on 20. My
They don't pay
bad,
a
y'all.
dime to move containers or trailers on that rail. Why is that? But we pay it on the ground every year.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like we pay for the same thing 3, 4 times. You pay the 22.90, the 550 for that. Then you gotta pay IFTA every quarter. Then you go renew your license. I mean your registration and tags. You gotta pay more money on the state.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
See,
like,
that's
yo, like
why,
how we paying the same thing 3, 4 times?
yeah. So that's the reason why that video he did, he not putting out more important information. Now you tell me I'm giving you 20,000, but you're gonna hit me on the back end and say you need $550 for the 22.90. I'm sitting there like, whoa, you ain't put that in the cost. I done gave you 22. So now before you give by the time you give him that 22,000, you're gonna be in another 10.
10 to 15.
Another 10. So ain't no way in hell I'm gonna spend what 32 to 35,000 to start driving the truck or
Man,
to
that's
put
a
some,
long line, 20 West. My bad, y'all.
you know what I'm
Got
saying?
the highway shut down out here.
So if I'm paying 35,000, I gotta go find a driver to start this company. Now I gotta make sure the driver I get can pass a DOT physical.
Yeah.
This is what is not talked about. He
Yeah, but
might
another
he might not pass me. He might pass the drug part, but can he pass the overweight part, the breathing part? Right now, if they put if you let me tell you, you know what they're doing right now. If you pass the breathalyzer, what they doing with you now? The sleep apnea, they only
yeah.
give you six
Yeah.
months.
Yep.
They
And
giving
you
you
gotta go
six
do it
months on your
again.
license. Now, when you go back, you can fix that part, but now your blood pressure up. They're gonna give you another 6 months. By the time you go back again, they're gonna take your CDL. They taking them. They taking them. So now that's your whole life. Everything you ever did in your life, and you don't raise 3 generations of families to come to for them to say, give me your license. They take that. So now I give you 22,000 for a truck. and I can't pass the DOT physical, then the driver can't pass it. Let's say like right now you get a driver, like you said, the driver turn around and say, you know what? I can't go see my family. I quit. Now you sitting on the $1 million load. You can't do it because you ain't got a CDL license.
Exactly. Or another thing too, dig this. What happens when that driver, you just drop 35,000 and starting this trucking company, you hire the driver don't know, like remember what he just said, they wave you on in if they want to check you. Let's say that driver heard what he said and just blew through the weigh scale. Now DOT pull him over, they bang him, put him out of service for mad violations. He not telling the owner of the company that just dropped 35,000 about your score.
Exactly.
Now your score just went down. Now your insurance just went up.
Yep.
And so many times, so many scores you get on your I forget the name of it. What's it called?
CSI.
The CSI score.
Mm-hmm.
Now they put you out of service. So now you just lost $35,000.
You get put out of service for that?
No, if your score get too high. If you get too
because
many violations, they could take your DOT number for that.
And then at the same time,
I didn't know that.
At the same time too, they can see what it is. They could drop if you go say like go apply for a job and the driver got a high CSI score, right? The job can tell you I can't hire you not because you got a clean license, but because I pulled your license up, this pops up under your license. That's going to raise our insurance, so I can't put you on.
Yep.
And then you got a truck sitting. Let me tell you what happened to me a couple years. This was a long time ago, right? Long time ago, I was in the arrears on child support. So in the arrears on child support, I go get a job, but I'm in the arrears, but I'm paying arrears. I go get a job with Fleet Car Carrier. I get the job, young brother. At the time, the young brother was 22. He had 3 car carriers. Young brother doing his thing with 3 car carriers. I get the job, put me on, took the DOT physical and everything. I get a call from the AR department, told me they can't put me on because it shows them in arrears, even though I'm paying. If I get pulled over in Connecticut, they gotta go get the car hauler. $500,000 cars on there. They gotta go get it, so they can't put me on. So what?
Your liability.
Yeah.
Mind you, I just left hauling cars for BMW in Greer, South Carolina. I drove for BMW, Greer, South Carolina for BMW for 1 year. I left them to switch over. They didn't put me on. I went and bought my own truck. That's why I bought the white truck, because they didn't put me on. Because they said if I get pulled over.
Yeah, my man got locked up in PA. He got pulled over. He thought he was in arrears. They locked him up.
I'm telling you, the shit they do out there, man, it won't surprise you, bro. It won't surprise you, man.
Hey, another thing too, where he's not telling people, he's telling people, you don't even gotta have no CDL, but you can start this business. But let's say when you get in the business, they tell you once you open up your DOT number, anywhere from 8 to 12, no, I think it's 8 to 15 months, you got to do your audit, your new entry audit. Once you do that new entry audit, so like you were just saying about a minute ago, Jay, like they don't come to your house no more. Now everything is online.
Yeah.
They send everything on through email. The FMCSA has sent you an email of all of the stuff that they want from you. If you're not a good bookkeeper or you're not business savvy where you got everything in order, they can shut your company down. So let's say, like, and this
get fined.
Exactly, and you get fined, and they shut you down. But this is another thing that they're not telling you. You got to hire somebody to do the drug and alcohol custodian. You can't do it yourself, even though you got your own authority. You got to have a third party do that. And with the drug and alcohol custodian, you got the clearinghouse. It's something totally different than the drug and alcohol custodian. And also with the clearinghouse, you got to do something that's called a new entry query. So whenever you hire a driver, you got to pull all of their records to make sure that they ain't come up with no bad drug test. You got to do it once a year and when they get hired. So now, if you don't got all of this paperwork and you don't send, and when I'm talking about sending the FMCSA, they don't want no paper where you just say, "Oh yeah, I got it." No, no, no. They want documents. They want to see what you paid for that. They want to see the company name. They want paperwork from the company, certified and all of that. You don't got none of
Yeah.
that, bro. They shut your company down. So now you out $35,000, all because you ain't do one step that he ain't telling you about. So it's not just as easy as paying $22,000 to get a truck and a trailer and get him $2,000 for his pocket and think you about to come out here and make $15,000 a month. That ain't how this shit works.
Well, a
And
lot of that you will learn as you open your business and carry on. It's a lot of it you can find out, you will find out, you're gonna find out. But with him is, where's your stop point? Is there a yard?
yeah,
Do you have nationwide customers? To go from one spot to the next, or you just winging it? Do you have, you got a brokerage firm? You gonna deal with him, or you gonna deal with, your brokerage staff? Of people. You got one person that you normally deal with.
I,
Who
hey,
keeps up with the
hey,
maintenance of the truck?
hey, DJ,
you,
explain to them what happened when you went down to motor vehicle and your truck sit for those months and they still build you.
oh
That
yeah.
was that was
So
crazy. Al.
all
What
right, so
happened?
all
But
right, so I don't drive in the winter, or if I don't have to, I try not to drive in the winter. I know better. So
Oh,
I
you
mhm.
didn't
parked
do
my
your
truck.
if this?
No, no, no. I still did everything. I still filed my IFTAs,
now this
everything
crazy.
Okay.
quarterly.
You hear him out. This crazy, man.
Did
All right.
all of that. So my truck, I parked my truck for 6 months. Parked my truck for 6 months. My registration was up for renewal. So
Hmm.
they sent motor vehicle sent me a letter saying, fill out this paperwork, you up for renewal. I goes on the website, fill it out. They tell me I gotta pay. Now, mind in the paperwork they tell you, don't estimate your miles that you drove.
In New Jersey.
All right,
Uh-huh.
all
So
right,
you get
cool.
audited.
So I go to keep trucking. Motive is now motive, but it was keep trucking. Pull up all
Yeah.
my paperwork, put the exact mileage in. I'm like, yo, they charged me 1,700 to renew my tags and
Yeah.
registration.
Less
So I
miles,
called
you pay more for the registration.
exactly, but I called motor vehicle and I told them like, yo, when I got the paperwork, after I done paid, they give me a printout, a temporary printout to put in the truck. But they showed where I went through. They made me pay for all of the states:
Yeah.
California, Arizona, Wyoming. I'm like, so I called motor vehicle. They says, well, we estimated the miles.
But
How
they
you
tell
going
you
to
not to estimate.
Yeah, they told me not to estimate it,
Yeah, they tell you
but then
that,
they
man.
estimated.
Yeah.
I said, yo, what kind of shit
Man, that's
is this?
crazy.
Hmm.
Word. So they make up rules as they go. So I'm like, yo, the dude, I'm on the phone with the dude. The dude's like, well, I can't explain it to you. All right, say no more. I'm coming down to Trenton. I went down to Trenton talking to Trenton. The lady tells me, oh, don't worry about it. It's just estimated. What you mean, don't worry about it? I just spent $1,700. Somebody got to explain this to me. You tell me don't
Yeah.
worry about it like it's $5. Like, no. Like,
Right.
explain this shit to me. Don't just tell me don't worry about it. Like, yo, it's crazy, bro, the way they do it. They tell you not to estimate the shit, but then they estimate it, and you can't fight back. All you got to do, if you
It's
want
it.
your registration, you got to pay it.
Yep.
Yeah. See, they got me one year. One year I had switched all of my paperwork over to Pennsylvania from Jersey. So they got slick with me and said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. They sent me a letter in the mail. They're gonna say you got deal. They said you got DOT audit through the state of New Jersey. I'm like, DOT audit? What is that? So I'm like, all right. So I opened the package up, package this thick. They told me this word of wise to a lot of you drivers, listen, keep all of your fuel receipts. Keep all your toll. Keep on your fuel receipts. Keep the total, put them to the side, but keep your mileage. If you listening, keep your fuel receipts and your miles. Because they told me they wanted my all of my mileage from July to I think June or something like that. You know how they break down the quotas. So they wanted all of my miles all of my fuels. Now my homeboy, he got hit first. They banged him $3,500. Now I keep every paperwork that I had. I keep everything. So I put everything together. I said, hold up. So I had to go back and get all my miles together. I had miles about this thick. All my law. I didn't write. I gave him all the. I was being. I said, man, she's gonna play with me. I was being petty. So I got all the log sheets together. I don't do nothing now. So all the log sheets, all my fuel. I took it back, and then they told me, well, we're gonna put you on a hold right now to information. I sent everything to motor vehicle. It was time for me to do my registration. My registration came back with New Jersey, $1,800. They said, well, we got your bill already. You got an issue. There was a plan. We got an issue. So what's the issue? Say you owe us $3,500. $3,500 for what? I gave you everything. She said, you know what? We only playing you with $35 for administration fees. You the only driver that we ever had that kept all of his paperwork together. Because I'm telling you, without me doing what I did, it's for a lot of you truckers. Save your receipts. Because without that, if they would have banged me for $3,500, I would not be able to pay for that
But
registration.
the main thing that be throwing people off, they're claiming one thing for IFTA, and then when they go to registration, you claiming another. I mean, most people, you're driving like 60, 70, or 80,000 miles a year.
Mm-hmm.
But the crazy part is this. They say like, for 1 year from beginning to end, these the miles you got in New Jersey. And different states are slick with this. They'll tell you, hold up. If you drove they estimate the miles. If you drove these many miles in Pennsylvania, this is what you should have had. You go, no, but this is what I recorded. You got to pay for the miles you don't give us. So now your registration $1,700, they'll slap on the extra $1,000. And you be sitting there looking like a fool. Now you sitting there counting real slow because your mind is tripping. You like, that's the rent money, that's the car note, that's the insurance, that's the club, that's the weed. So you counting it off because you mad because you like, how y'all charging me for this? This is what they don't tell the drivers. They hit you with these costs, but you better have, like, if you go to anywhere you go, if you're dealing with a truck, if your bill is $35, make sure you got an extra $1,000 in your pocket. Have extra money, or make sure you got money on that credit card to pay. Because if you don't, they're gonna tell you, come back tomorrow. We can't do it today. Matter of fact, tomorrow.
I think the most I ever paid for my registration was like 14,000. I mean 1,400. I mean, I usually pay like 1,100, even when I had both trucks.
I ain't never paid
Like
that.
22.
I ain't never paid that. Never pay that. If you add in the 2290, you gotta add that. Your registration be $2,200, $2,300, $2,400.
Oh,
but yeah, once you add in the 2290, but
don't forget that filing fee for the 2290.
Don't forget what?
The filing fee, because you got an electronic file.
What, the 550?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's another $75.
I would go to the IRS to pay that.
Go to
now
IRS,
you gotta pay the $6.
They bang me on that electronic file.
That's what I do. I just pay the same $5. Look, here you go. I go through JJ Keller. Look, here you go. Let me get that. Print that right on out. Take that right on down.
Nah, I won't do that no more, man. Nah, but that's what they do. So that's what I'm saying. They don't talk about a lot of stuff that we talk about. See, when you have experienced drivers that's actually talking about this, it goes under deaf ears because what they want us to say is they want us to sit up here and say the trucking industry is great. Go buy a truck, you'll make all this money and be a entrepreneur, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah, that sounds good.
Also, what they're not saying is if you hiring a driver that don't know how to run that road out there, man, this road get lonely.
Oh, it does.
Dangerous. I mean, I've been driving for 19 years this year, and I did about 2 weeks over the road, and man, I'll never do that again. You know, my max 200 miles.
Let me tell you something, man. When you know you out there long enough, is when you driving down the highway, trees start looking like humans, and the street lights start running with you.
Word.
You start seeing
Word.
this on the road, man, it'll do something to your mental, bro.
Because you get
Word.
You on the
hypnotized by
road
them
for a
white
long time,
lines.
you get big, oversized elbows, you get oversized kneecaps, body
Word.
hurting. This road will do something to you, man. Being on
Yo,
that highway will do something to you, bro.
your hip out of place because your right hip
Man.
higher than the left hip. And I'm still young. I
At
just turned.
nighttime, I even got some. I wear at night when I'm in the truck. I got some correcting lenses, man. I had to
Me
get
too,
glasses,
bro.
bro. I had to
Me
get glasses
too.
to drive at night, bro. It do
Bro.
something to you where they don't tell you that, man. They don't want to tell you this. Driving is hard, man. See, people may say, "Oh, you in the truck, you ain't doing nothing." That's hard because let me tell you something. You could get in,
Man, this shit's smaller than a jail cell.
you could be wide awoke and get your ass in the truck. Give you 15 minutes. You be in the bottom of the seat all the way like this, and the steering wheel back here,
Man.
and you got to jump up just to get yourself together. It happens, man. It
Yeah.
happens.
Yo,
Different out there.
I tell anybody, if you're not comfortable with yourself and being by yourself and comfortable with your own thoughts,
Yeah.
because your mind will run rampant on you because you got nothing but time to do but to think.
Don't be
Your
a jealous
mind will
nigga.
Uh-huh.
word. Yo, your mind will run
Your wife don't
rampant.
pick up that phone, it's a
Uh-huh.
wrap.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey, no disrespect to the Spanish brothers, but all the Spanish brothers on the road,
Oh man, them niggas
they
stay
FaceTiming
FaceTiming.
while they driving. They on the phone
Word.
with their wife FaceTiming.
Yeah. See, I ain't doing none
All
of that.
day long.
Uh-huh.
I ain't doing. See, my thing is when I'm out there, like, see, and I tell my wife this all the time. Like when I come home, I don't count my lucky stars until I park my truck in my backyard and I get out. That's when my day is over.
Uh-huh.
Even if I'm on my way, I didn't drop the load, I'm on my way back to the yard. I'm not done yet. Even if I drop the trailer and I'm on my way home, I'm still not done yet. Because I've been doing this
Yeah.
long enough to know I done pulled out of a door, took the whole back of the trailer door off, hit a pole, took the
Damn.
trailer door off. I done pulled out, forgot I'm on the phone running my mouth,
Yeah, them
airline still
airlines.
hooked up,
Smacking the back
airlines
of the
been
truck.
popped, smack the back of the truck, pop the glass in the back. So you can't never take none of this for granted until you park that truck and you
Uh-huh.
out of it and the engine is off and you done for the day. But
Yeah.
that ain't where it gets even worse. Because now when you come home, you gotta degress. You gotta woosah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people think that is, oh well, you don't do all you do is drive all day. Yeah, you're right. But you not
Driving is one of the
understanding
most stressful jobs that's out there.
it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
It plays with your mind because like the average driver, they just looking in front of us. Us as drivers, especially experienced drivers, we
Yeah.
looking as far as our eyes can see, and we calculating in our head, okay, if this guy do this, how can I get out of on this? You judging every scenario that's on that road. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you in your rear, you in your side mirrors every 2-3 minutes, looking
Exactly.
side to side. You know what I mean? So it's mental. So when I get home, I gotta debrief. I gotta wind down and tell my wife, yo, give me 15 minutes. Cause now I gotta turn my mind off from being out on that road to now that I'm home and I'm safe. Cause you gotta be in a defensive mode when you out on that road. This shit ain't
Yeah.
sweet.
It ain't. Hey.
Especially like now, he in the rain. It's nighttime. All
I
that
ain't in the
shit.
rain no more.
But when you was, that shit
Yeah.
glary. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
ain't got good windshield
Yeah.
wipers. You trying to
I would tell
Don't
you.
squint
be
your
on a
eyes and
2-lane
see.
road in the country, man. You can't see nothing.
I would tell you, man. After 30 years of driving, I still get nervous. I still
Bro,
get
Word.
butterflies.
you and me both.
I
That's
still get
respect for this
butterflies.
game.
I'm still nervous, man. I'm telling you, man.
Word.
I can't. And then another thing too, when you in trucker farm, you don't sleep right. You
Nah,
never
never.
sleep right.
Yeah.
You don't need an alarm. You never sleep right. You barely get sleep doing this, man. They don't tell you that neither. You barely
Yeah.
sleep right, man.
You
Sleeping
don't
three,
eat
4 hours a
good.
day. That's it. Sometimes I can be up all day. I sleep 45 minutes, get up and go to work.
Yep.
It's like that
Yep.
sometimes. It's hard, man. You make it seem like, nah, y'all just drive trucks. It ain't that. You have to deal with everybody out there,
Shoot,
especially
look what I had to
out
do
there work shift.
Sunday, man. I'm up
Yeah,
all day. I get out to go get my load at 9. They like, yo, it ain't gonna be ready for another 3 hours, and I got to deliver by 3 in the morning.
yeah. Man, I done did some things out there, man. I went running the road 17 hours straight. Straight.
Word.
Bro, I got
Just
into
because I
listen.
wanted to get home, man. I drove from Wyoming to Jersey. Straight. Just because I wanted to get home, bro. But I won't do it no more. But I did it.
And once you wise up and you've been doing it, like it
Uh-huh.
come with like you got 30 years, he got 19, I got 18. When you've been doing it this long, you done seen some shit. You
Yeah.
done experienced some shit.
I don't know, man.
You know
You
what I
ain't
mean?
driving in the wintertime. We got to cut your time in half.
No. That's only since I became an owner operator. That's only since I became bro. Listen, man. I got bro. This was in what 2 years ago. Coming down 95 in Connecticut. Bro, I jackknifed the whole fucking trailer on 95 and ain't hit nothing. Jackknife 95.
Wow.
We had a storm. It was around this time. We got a storm. They even
It was
closed
in
the
the snow.
GW and everything. Nah, it was the summertime. It was around this time. We got one of those bad
Oh, okay.
rainstorms. They closed the GW with no empty trailers. I'm doing 55 miles an hour, cruising. Next thing I know, a strong gust of wind came. Push the side of the trailer. I'm fighting with it. I got it back straight. Another gust of wind came. Next thing I know, I look in my driving mirror. I see I look at my passenger mirror. The trailer comes up off two wheels, drop back down, and swings all the way back around on me. Bro,
Yeah.
you talk about scared. Another driver hopped out his car, ran up to me like, "Yo, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." He said, "Yo, this is the reason I ain't work today." He said, "How long you been driving?" At that time, I probably had like 15, 16 years under my belt. He said, "Yo, if you would have been a rookie, you know how many casualties it would have been out here on 95 right now?" Bro, when I
Yeah.
tell you, I shut down all 4 lanes on 95 in Connecticut. Bro, I backed the trailer up, pulled up straight, and straightened the whole damn trailer out with busted air tanks before all of the air left out of the tanks. That way traffic can keep moving. I ain't get no citation, none of that. You talk about
Yeah.
scared, man, one of the most scariest days of my life, bro. One of the scariest days of my life. I
Bet.
said, man, listen. So I got some experience out here on this road, but that's what taught me how to get out of the jackknife when in the wintertime, what I used to do is I had a delivery that I used to go to. So I always would play in the truck in the snow. I jackknife it on purpose just to see how to get up out of it. So
Yeah.
by me keep playing with it all the time, when it finally did happen to me, I was able to get back up out of it. But the
Yeah.
cop came, he didn't give me no ticket. He was like, "Yo, I can't give you no ticket. This was a act of nature, so I can't give you no ticket. You didn't do nothing wrong. I ain't hit no guardrail. I ain't hit no car. I ain't hit nothing, bro." So
Yeah.
that's why, like I said, I got experience in this. I know better. I put it to you like this: it's 4 people I don't mess with. 4 females, I'm gonna say. I will use the B word, but we on YouTube. I don't mess with the IRS. I don't mess with Mother Nature. I don't mess with karma, and I don't mess with the streets. Because neither one of those 4 don't play fair.
I
Word.
tell you like this.
I live by that.
I'm running in the snow, bro.
Word.
Oh, I'll do it if I have to, but
I
you know
got
what I mean?
I run in the snow, man. I'm telling you something, right? I had a load going to to Washington State, Tacoma. I was going out to Tacoma, Washington to the ports. I had to pick up I left North. I went to Niagara Falls, picked up a load, 5,000 pounds on a refrigerator genset on a container box. I drove all the way out to Washington State. Now, when you get to Washington State, it turns back into 80 to 280. Washington State look just like Mount Pocono. Now you coming through Jersey to get on the PA, it's the same exact thing up there.
Windy roads, yep.
So I get up there, they put me out of service because I didn't have no put me out service, give me a ticket because I ain't had no chain on my trucks. I'm coming from Jersey. We don't have chains in Jersey. So now I go buy the chain. They said, okay, we uplifted the chain restriction. I spent $4 with some change. I got a $600 ticket, right? We go through Washington State. By the time you let us in, we go to the top of the hill. When you're top of the hill, that's it. Ain't nothing but clouds. You go through the clouds, come out, a snowdrop. You got to pop it out of gear, let it go in neutral, stay behind the truck, stab braking all the way down the hill. You're looking at about 10 miles down the bottom of the mountain to get in Washington State.
Man, that's too close to Jesus
Yeah,
up there,
let,
man.
Few
let me
years
ask you a
later,
question.
I get on with the company I'm with now, leased on the them, narrow. I get over there, I go renew my registration. I got a $1,100 holding fee on my license because the guy I was leased on to, Jeff from Harvest Trans, never paid the ticket. So I had to go to motor vehicle in New Jersey, pay them the money so they could wire the money to Washington Street so I could register my truck in Pennsylvania. So I had to pay the $1,100 here and still pay the
Damn it.
$1,800 in Pennsylvania, man.
All right, so now let me ask you this: how long was you driving before you did that? Like, how long was you driving when that happened? How many years you had?
I was 18 in, 18, 19
Oh,
in.
all right. So you wasn't fresh.
Shoot, I was in my first 9 months, and the latch that holds on to the kingpin from the fifth wheel
Yeah.
broke on the cross Bronx. I literally turned around in the day cab I was driving, stopped looking forward to watch the trailer going backward, and it caught the right tire. As it went back and it slid to the side, to the right, the tire from me going forward is what kept it up. I completely stopped. If traffic would have stopped, I would have just plowed into all of them. And I was in like my first 6 to 8 months of driving when that happened.
Hey, tell me that wasn't the scariest shit ever.
What, bro, man?
That happened to me
Worst
too
time.
That happened to me too before. I did that coming from North Bergen, New Jersey, and I now mind you, I pulled the load all the way from North Bergen to Allentown, all the way up 78, no problem. Got to the dock back then, no problem. Pulled out, the whole damn trailer came
Bang,
off.
bang.
Bro, and listen, I did all my tests. I did the two, bro, even to this day, since I've been driving, I still do the 2 tug test every time I hook up to a track.
I do the tug test, and I visually look at that latch around that kingpin.
If you feel some type of way, jump out the truck and look at the latch. Make sure that thing is jump out the truck.
And pull the Charlie brakes.
Yeah.
And pull the Charlie brakes and try to go forward. The trailer brakes. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
I did that with at the time I did 8 years at Conway hauling doubles. My first year with Conway, I think my first day pulling doubles, I was leaving out the yard. I hooked up to a set of doubles leaving out. What happened on a kite, when you put the dolly, there's a lock, but there's another lock that goes on top of this to keep this from flipping. I'm coming out the yard. I'm already on Moonachie Avenue. Guy from at the time, Overnight was still in business. The dude screaming, "Yo, your other trailer is in Conway parking lot." I'm halfway by the gas station, dragging the dolly with the airlines with no air.
Wow.
Man, you talk about embarrassed. Man, I knew right then on the job, I was losing my job, man. They came out, rushed out there. They pulled the thing up, backed it up with a yard jockey, hooked it up, and had to go to Little Falls.
Yeah.
Man, you talking about I was gonna lose my job. I was scared as shit, bro. I had just got the job, and I got the kite sitting in the parking lot, and I'm down the street of Moonachie Avenue dragging and shit.
Bro, dragging. You gonna get some experience out here. You've been doing this shit long enough. But it comes with the job, but these are the dangerous shit that we're talking about. That they're not telling you. You know what I mean? They just tell you, like, another thing I don't understand is how these drivers, you new drivers, be sitting with their leg up on the steering wheel, on the door.
I know.
Watching YouTube.
You talking about me right now.
Bro, you must be in the automatic.
Nah, I got a clutch.
Yeah, you got
Uh,
clutch.
I got clutch. Word.
I can't
Left
do that.
leg be on the dashboard.
Yo,
I
bro,
can't.
I don't see how y'all do that. Like, if something pop off right now, you fuck. You fuck if something pop
Hey,
off right now.
hey, dog. I really don't want to put it out there like I'm arrogant or
Casual here.
anything, but I know I got will. I know I got will. You know, it ain't even coming from the trucks. You know, I just perfected it with the truck, but put me in a car and I got will too.
Hey, listen, much respect. I'm with you. I feel the same way.
That's
But
the
like I said,
reason why I'm driving the truck, because this is the only thing I could do that, my attention span could, you know, but it was no schooling neither. But like I could drive all day. Like, I love driving. I don't like being on the road all damn day long, but I can jump behind the wheel and get somewhere, as need be. When I was younger, believe me, I used to have my truck up 80, 85 miles an hour, running with cars. People waving out the window like, slow down, slow down. I ain't care though, the trucks I had could run.
hey, that's when you're young. Now you get older,
And
you be like,
now I'm
man,
like you. I do 62. I put the cruise control on, and I just sit. I let everybody pass me.
facts,
Every
bro.
now and then I get into it,
Hey,
but
hey, I want to address this comment right here. Goof Troop put up the 5K plus for school. They're not mentioning right here. The school, right? Them
the
schools
what?
right there. The 5K for school, like schools will put you on, and then
Hey
you got
man, they
5K.
just show you how to pass the test. That's
Yeah,
it.
it went up now.
Facts.
Pass the
That
test
five,
and
That shit
get the
like
truck
8
moving.
now.
yeah, that 5K up to about 18 grand. And then they
Yeah.
tell you we'll give you the sign-on bonus. You ain't gonna never see that. You ain't gonna never see the sign-on bonus.
If you
They
do
don't
it
went up
through
with that.
a company that sends you to school, you got to sign a 1 or 2 year contract with them to stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you're gonna be liable for the money, and they're
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
charge you the school fee on top of whatever they put on top of it,
Uh-huh.
oh,
and
but
that
not
shit
only
go on your credit.
exactly, but not only that, if you don't pay them, they put a restriction on your license where you can't even get a job.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They
I
put a
tell you.
restrict. Before it used to be like that. Like you don't pay them, they'll mess up your credit. But now they put a restriction on your license, so when you go try to go get another driving job, they won't allow you to drive because now
See,
it's like your CDLs is non-voided.
I told you what Washington State did to me. Washington State put a hole on my license. They put a hole on my license
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
1100. They do that, man.
bro, it's serious out here. Like
but isn't it different now? I heard now you got to do a DOT physical before you even get your permit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know when
Yeah.
I got on, it wasn't matter. You just had to go pay for your permit. Then
That's it.
they don't stamp it. They give it to you, but they wouldn't stamp it. You took your 3 tests. Once you pass the test, they stamp it, and now you set up your road test date. I didn't know they changed
My
everything
son.
around.
My son went for his CDL. My brother got his. And they both had to take a DOT physical before you take the written test.
I know that.
New
Wow,
Jersey
Because I know
don't.
it was still kind of the
Jersey,
same way when my children's
yeah,
mother got her Class B
yeah.
with Jersey Transit.
Mhm. You gotta do
also
DOT first.
Also, too, now you can't even, you got to go to a reputable school that's through the FMCSA. You can't just go to anybody's school
Yeah.
or use anybody's truck just to get your license. They started that
Word.
last year.
Oh, I ain't
Yeah,
even know that.
yeah, February the 8th of last year. Like, so before, you could just go take the permit, get your permit, and one of us, like, say one of our friends got their permit, we could take them to motor vehicle and let them use our truck to pass the test.
Yeah,
Can't
they
do
don't
that
let
no
you do
more.
that no more.
Nah, you can't
No,
do that. No
it's mandatory that you go to school. You can't get your CDLs unless you go to school. It's mandatory now.
And the crazy part too, if they train you, if you pass your test in the automatic and you get a job and they want
You
you to
get
drive
limitations. Yeah.
yeah, and now they want to send you back to school to do that.
Yeah, to get the order. But that's why I try to tell anybody: if you go to school, make sure you take it on the manual. Because
Yeah.
you get an automatic, you got that automatic restriction. And
Yep.
most companies that you go to, like you might go to a small mom and pop company, they ain't got no automatic. They got manual. You
Yep.
can't even get hired because you can't even drive a manual.
Yeah.
But most
And
schools is going
it's
away
so
with the
simple.
manual.
All you got to do is just do it on a daily basis. You know, somebody willing to let you get behind the wheel, 30 minutes, an hour a day, or 3 times a week, and you'll learn how to drive a manual because you'll remember what it is you did wrong or whatever. But it's not that difficult. It's not hard.
Yeah,
It's a little more difficult learning how to back up than moving the truck.
exactly. I'm gonna tell you a trick that one of my mans taught me when how I learned how to drive a manual.
What's up?
Nutty pause.
Yeah, my fault. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you.
All right. What's
Yeah,
1 plus 5?
6,
Y'all heard me? What's 1 plus 5?
6,
What's 2 plus 5? 7.
7.
3 plus 5 is 8. 4 plus 5 is
Yeah.
9. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 1 plus 5 is 6. You should be in 6th gear at 15 miles an hour. 2 plus 5 is 7. You should be between
Well, that
20,
depends on your
25.
truck and your transmission.
Which is true.
If you got
But
big rears, you know, you're gonna take off faster. You're gonna run them
Or,
gears a lot faster. But if you got,
or if you
you know,
sit,
average
or
size rears, I get what you're saying.
if you sitting in the international, all the gears are here. They
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
so you try to use that same method in the international
Yeah.
or a Mac, you gonna be
Or if you're
grinding.
running a Super 10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, that's just for a straight 10. And after you've been doing it for so long, you'll listen at it. You know what I mean? But it's just like a small rule of thumb.
All you gotta
That
do is
that
look at the tack. Run
yeah,
15, 16 shift. 15,
yeah.
16 shift. You know, listen
Or it
to
could
the
be 12.
engine, hear the turbo out. If you bobtailing, it depends on how
Man,
much weight you run it.
I don't even use a clutch.
I'm with you. Me
Word, me
neither.
I
neither.
Float
don't use a
gears.
clutch. I
We
don't use
float gears over here, baby. We real. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'm too old school, and I know I'm still young. But I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna say I don't respect these automatic drivers. But yo, if you ain't on no clutch, you ain't got no manual, no stick in there, man. Listen, I'm old school, man. You're not no real trucker, man. You just a steering wheel holder.
Yeah.
I like a clutch, man. Clutch is better, man. You know,
Yeah,
You got more control of the truck, you
I
know.
don't even
fact.
with them
Going up
clutch.
hills, coming downhill.
I don't think I never use first gear. I don't never use first.
First, who
I
used
don't,
that? First, second, hell, third. Who
I don't
running
never
the
use.
first 3 gears?
I use third in the snow, but I don't never use first, man. I'll be out,
Word.
man. I'll be
I don't
out.
know. I be doing that garbage, man. I be at 90, 95,000. I gotta use first gear. If I don't get the truck to pro.
I don't use first to save my life, man. I think the first gear probably the newest gear in my truck because I don't never use it.
Hey Jay, I got this ice cream right now. This shit 43, man. Feel like it's 17,000 pounds. And
Mm.
that garbage killing, man. Yeah, it's a couple dollars though.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't
man,
use
it's real out here, though. It's good that brothers like us, could come together and really actually talk about this. You know what I mean? Because it's like a lot of people put out false information, or
Yeah,
they're
they do.
not putting out
Well, they're gonna
real.
put out false information because that's the new way of making money. Let me
Mhm.
sell you how I, do what I did. Because if you really making money, you ain't gonna show nobody how to do it. When we came up, you just, you intern, volunteer, or got with the person that was doing what you wanted to do.
Facts.
The cat I learned to drive a truck from didn't know me from a can of paint, but the shit he taught me and and told me about driving, I carry to this day.
And
Yeah, that's
9 times out of 10, you probably still communicate with them.
see, that's
Yeah,
like that's
Yep.
like that's
Same
like
here.
that's like when Al came to me and asked me to he wanted to get his own. So I said before you get your own, go drive for an owner operator to see if that's what you really want to do. And he did
word.
that. Because now if you drive for owner operator and you get out there, like, man, I really don't want to do this. So that'll put you, that's like firsthand, that'll help you out a
Yeah,
long. Cats don't do
you
that
get
no
to
more.
see how companies run, how they
Uh-huh.
running you, what the load is paying and stuff like that before you get
Yeah,
out there. Because
you
when you
do.
don't know better, people gonna take advantage of you. I had a lady she gave me a regular load. I forget how far I was going, but it was paying like 1,200. So I was like, all right, bet. So when I came back, she was like, yo, I pretty much got the same mileage load, but would you do it for the 1,200? But it was reefer. So I didn't know that reefer paid more money.
It paid more
So
money.
when I was telling my boy about the load, not Jay, but my other man's, he was like, yo, did you get the extra money that reefer paid? And I'm like, nah, she didn't tell me nothing like that. So when I went back to her to like, yo, this a reefer load, do it pay more? She was like, well, you already agreed to do it for the 1,200. If you want more, I had to go talk with the owner, Walter. So I went to Walter, was like, yo, Maria gave me a load for 1,200. Now she gave me this reefer load, same mileage for the same 1,200. And he was like, all right, I give you an extra $100. And I was like, all right, bet. But from that day forth, I didn't like when I mess with you, I mess with you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be
Right.
clean right now. So you know what I mean? Because she broke my trust with her, it was no more loyalty between me and her. Now I'm getting work from Ellie and from Walter because we all work for the same company. So it's like, I ain't gonna do your work no more and just your work only. I'm gonna get the work that's paying. And that's that, because you broke the trust with me. You should have been straight up with me instead of trying to take my little bit of cut off the top.
Yeah. Nah, these y'all. I literally just called on a load today from CRST, a window and door load, picking up in Springfield, New Jersey. Listen at this: 24 stops,
Bro.
1,200 miles, and they want to pay you $3,500 to do this load. Yo, I can
Going
show
how
you
far? Going how far?
1,200 miles round trip.
Where was you
Twelve
going?
hundred miles.
1,200
Round
miles
trip.
round trip.
That sounds
Going
like
up
the
to
crap I just got stuck with. Jay, remember I told you I went from
Uh-huh.
Alabama to Virginia, bro, 700 miles. Then had to do another 400 miles delivering 19 stops of patio doors for $3,000 in the Virginia, Maryland, DC metro area, bro. I was hot. I was so tight when I finished with the load. Dude was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you a backhoe." I was like, "That I'll spend my money to get this trailer back to where it gotta go. I'm done with this."
I used to do windows, but I used to run them up out of Pennsylvania. This one was coming out of Jersey. This, like I said, this CRST. I said I found this load on the back, but I can show you the email and all that.
Where was it
Where the
going?
nigga, it was going to Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh
was
man.
22 stops in up there and around the Pittsburgh area, one in West Virginia and one in Ohio.
Shit.
What?
Yo, and they want. I told the dude, I called him. He emailed me about the load. I said, "Yo, what's the best you can do on the load?" He said, "Oh, I'm at my max at 3,500." I said, "Yo, for 12." I said, "Yo, I know we do this load, and I get $50 a stop every stop. So just off the stops alone, you talking about $1,200 just off the 24 stops. Plus,
Word.
and I need at least 275 a mile to do it." He was like, "I'm like, yo, I'm up. I'm looking at around 4,900 to do it." He said, "Oh no, that's way too high. I can't do it. I can't do that with you." All right, well, I can't do this load then. Like, so I'm like, "How often do you get the load?" He was like, "Oh, I have these a lot of times during the week, but the guy I normally do it with, he said it's too many stops and he don't want to do it. And then I got a couple of guys that's on vacation. So that's the only reason why I'm broken out the load. So you want me to do this load for 3,500, 1,200 miles, and it's only a one-time deal? I'm not even gonna be able to get this load again. Maybe no more. Nah, bro. You gonna have to pay me for that.
Word.
You gonna have to pay
Hey,
me for that.
you know how it go. You know how it
Yeah,
go.
we is not
That's
we is,
wild.
and
Dude
this
called
is a
me up. He
stretch.
wanted me to. I don't know how many stops it was, but he was like, "Yo, you can go to New Hampshire for 5,500. They paying 5,500." I was like, "Nah, bro,
Yeah,
that's too far."
I can show you the email on the shit. 1,200 miles for 3,500. I was like, yo, bro, I'm not doing that. Like, no, we ain't.
I don't even know how they get away with offering that crap like that. Like, who's taking these loads?
The person that's taking the load don't know they cost per mile. They not
No,
calculating
they don't.
how much fuel they're gonna have to put in. They're not calculating tolls. They're not calculating maintenance. Like, bro, just Jay will tell you, just in the last 2 weeks, I just had to put a water pump in my joint, a radiator, new tensioner, new belt, all that. And this after I just got a PM and DOT service and an oil change. A week after all of that. You know what I mean? So they not telling you like, yo, within 7 days, I know I spent like 33 to 3,500 just in the water pump and oil. I mean the water pump and the radiator, the tensioner, and the belt.
I'm about to spend that doing springs and bushings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like, bro, dog. Since I bought this truck, Jay will tell you how much shit I done put on this truck. Had a new clutch done. Just had a starter the month before that. I had to put in there. The APU
That's
unit
like
had to get that up and running. Man, listen, this is the shit that they
that's
ain't
like
tell you
mine.
about. New
It's like damn.
shocks all the way around, airbag, new kingpins on the front,
Mm-hmm.
linemen on the front. What else? The one box for the drive. What do you call this shit? Not the pitman. I forget what it is. But all I spent a lot of money. It got a lot of shit
973
repaired.
558
That's like right now, and I gotta do.
8703.
I'm gonna do the leaf
8703.
springs myself on the front end, but I gotta take it down to get a clutch. Well,
Thank you.
my transmission still was leaking. So in order to do that, I gotta do the clutch. So now the clutch is going bad. So now I gotta put the new clutch. Now when they do the new clutch, then they can do the clutch the transmission seal. So that right there about to cost me about 3,200. And I gotta do that because I ain't gonna do that myself. But the leaf springs are doing myself. That I know I can.
That, bro, you know when my clutch went out on me in North Carolina. I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling you. I'm stuck in the middle of the road. I didn't, man, how much money I done lost that week, bro? It's ridiculous. Paying for hotels, rental cars, roadside service to come out and tell me what the problem is.
Right
Food.
now, I'm hoping that my clutch lasts me the Friday because, like I said, I gotta do. I'm gonna do the leaf springs myself. That shouldn't be hard. I'm not a mechanic, but I'm mechanically inclined. But the clutch,
Yeah, very.
so now I got to drop the transmission. They got to rip the clutch out, and they got to do the seal on the back between the clutch and the engine. So I got to get all that done, and I got to do that before the winter. Then plus I got to do the torsion bars on the back because I got four, one here, one here, one here. I got four of those. So it's a lot of money you're gonna keep putting out, which they don't talk about. So before you give anybody 20 grand, you better do some research. You
Fact.
better do
Word.
some homework, man, because it's gonna cost you more than
Word.
20.
If you getting a 2015, you definitely gonna be putting some money in that truck. And when that DEF system go, that's gonna be $9, $10, or $15,000. They're gonna be talking about replacing that mod.
Now, see, that's why they didn't need him. He didn't say shit about a warranty.
Talk about it.
He ain't say shit about a warranty because you gonna make you when you buy a truck. I tell everybody go to the dealer, get 3 years on the
Okay.
engine, the trans, the turbo, and the DEF. Because
What?
if you don't, huh?
No, yeah, finish. I'm listening. Yeah,
If
finish.
you don't do that, you get 3 years on that and 2 years on the DEF. Sometimes they want to alternate. They give you 3 years on the DEF and 3 years on the motor, the trans, the rears, the turbo. That's all they're going to give you the warranty for. Because if you don't get that warranty and you get somebody 20 grand, what's going to happen is when that truck go down, and you got to be mindful where they giving you that truck from, where that truck coming from. Because when I first bought my white truck, I bought the white truck Arrow Truck Sales. I spent $35,000. They gave me a 3 year warranty. No, hell no. They gave me a 60-day warranty at Arrow Truck Sales. They gave me the warranty for Fario truck service. I tried to take that same warranty to Freightliner. They said we can't use that. It wasn't no good. So Freightliner didn't honor it. I had that truck for 6 months. The heads went after 6 months. I had to front that bill. That motor cost me, for them to do the head job and everything, after 6 months, I fought Arrow to the nail. Arrow went half. That motor cost me 10 grand. I paid 5, Arrow paid 5. Because it went. There's the things they don't tell you about, bro.
Yeah, most cats that buy from like Arrows, Rays, and these little truck shits that's not a dealership, you're gonna blow that engine within the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Or also too, depending on the year and the miles, how many miles on the truck. Like, say, I bought my truck from a private owner, but I still got an aftermarket warranty. I got the NTP warranty on it. So it's 3 years, 300,000 miles. But it covers everything. It covers the rear differential, the engine, turbo, the APU unit, the DEF system. It covered all that. Hell, I didn't even know until after talking with Jay. He was like, "Yo, check your warranty." Come to find out, it covered the water pump and the radiator, but it was too late because I already had got the shit fixed. You know what I mean? And then only thing with those warranties, like you got to take it to Freightliner. Freightliner diagnose it. Then they got to give you renting consent. Then you got to email that in. So it's just time consuming that your truck is down, just to get it fixed. Versus, yo, let me just pay this out of pocket. That way I can run that load tomorrow.
But when your truck is down, you don't know when Freightliner gonna get to it. Like when I took my truck to Freightliner, the white truck I had, for a water pump. That truck was down for a whole week. That water pump turned to a radiator. That radiator turned to a condenser that they damaged, and didn't even try to honor that. So I went in for a water pump and a radiator, ended up spending $9,200. What up, Tazo? Ended up spending $9,200, man. So it's going to cost you out there, man. It's definitely going to cost you out there, man. So a lot of it, stay to stack your money, put your money to the side. So if you're out there and you driving these trucks, put some truck money to the side, man, because you definitely going to need it when that truck go down. You're going to need it, man. On the small things you can do yourself. If you ain't trying to work on these trucks, you're done.
Damn it.
What time it is? All right, man. About the hey Taz, are you coming up? If not, let me know, bro. I'm about to end this live because I gotta get up at 3. I gotta be on the road at 4, so I gotta get back to Berkshire, New York, to pick up a load. Hoping that this clutch make me through the day, man, because my clutch is making noise under the bottom of the trans, and I'm just hoping I can make it through Friday so I can park it and hopefully get the clutch done. All right, so I'm about to end this live. So if Taz, you can come up, let me know, bro. If not, end this live, man, so I can give you some sleep. All right.
Finish this day out.
Yeah.
DJ took off already.
I don't know. He paused in there, but I'm about to end this live though. But I appreciate y'all for coming up, man. Salute to everybody. And then Rose Gold came through. Low 74, Spawn, Regina, Queen Regina. Thanks for coming through. Goof Troop.
Come on.
Derek, appreciate it, bro.
Come on.
No Kev, man. You already know me. One love, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. And King, I appreciate you coming through, bro. All right, so I'm gonna end this live, man. So I get at y'all, man. Thanks. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on the panel, bro. All right.
Yeah, you got it, man. You know, anytime.
All right, we definitely gonna do this again, man. But I appreciate it, King. All right.
All right.
Hey, man, I'm hit you up, man.
Bet. How do I end?
business.